Hello everybody and welcome to the Crypto Session Brief. We're on Tuesday the 21st of March 2023, approaching midday here in Europe. Let's take a look at crypto markets, the past 24 hours and of course the session ahead. Past 24 hours, interesting. At this point yesterday I recorded this brief and I was looking for a potential BTC pullback. We got that to a degree. I said back into 27k at least. I even suggested the idea of a move back into 25 just because things are looking pretty hot. Over the past few weeks, really, the all your overextension indicators, etc., are flashing red, and it got to the point where we were really moving high without any real fundamentals behind it. Yes, we've had the technical break, but just that little pullback there might have found some new buyers. At least that was what we've seen so far today. But don't forget, today it's a relatively thin economic calendar. We've got some CPIs coming out of Canada that won't be influencing crypto prices. The main event will be tomorrow, and that's with the FOMC. All eyes on the Fed and what they're going to be doing interest rate wise. There's been different calls. Elon Musk saying minus 50 basis points on the cuts. Goldman have said 0, Nomura minus 25. So a few cuts. Goldman saying 0, like I just said. But then the market is still pricing a 50-50 chance of actually hiking by 25. So there's a real mixed bag out there at the minute. From what I'm gathering as well, if we do see that pause, then that could be another reason to lift crypto prices. We've seen the Fed not printing money as such, but there's been a government backstop, let's say, for the banking system lately, giving access to quite significant amounts of liquidity. So that's just given another reason for risk assets to rise. And if we do see that pause, and depending on the dot plot projections as well from the Fed tomorrow, and we'll discuss more of this in tomorrow's brief because it'll be more relevant then, because we'll also see how markets are trading. But just highlighting, just giving you a day's notice, if you like, ahead of the main event of the week, and basically just not expecting too much today. We saw that pullback yesterday in BTC back to 27, bit of a bounce. I'm expecting a relatively quiet trading session ahead. Just watch now, we get some explosions. But that's where we're at. Ethereum, like I mentioned yesterday, Ethereum nowhere near as strong, and Litecoin when we move on to that in a second. Ethereum just rejecting off the 1790 handle yesterday, and I'd like to see now move really back into the 1700 area before we look to find some new buys and move ahead. I'll just be aware though of a potential head and shoulders. If we do break below 17, maybe come back down to this region. Very early signs at the minute, but you've had one shoulder potentially ahead, and now you might come back up, retest this sort of region to get a second shoulder in, around the 1790, reverse back down, and then you'd have a neckline potentially form into the for a break lower or hold higher. Still early doors for that one. There's a few things that need to line up before we get there. Litecoin also looking a lot weaker than the other two. As you can see, Ethereum and Bitcoin both breaking through current yearly highs with ease. Litecoin, on the other hand, hasn't been able to, and in fact, anything but. We've been trading and tracking lower. We've been trading very much within a short-term descending trend line. Every time we've tested this as of late, especially on the intraday time frames, we've rejected off there, and you can see that happened over the past 24 hours on Litecoin around the 85.40 handle. Now for today, it's a case of just watching that region again. You've got support at 75. You've got a bit of a triangular pattern forming and getting to the the consolidated pointy end now, so it's potential for a breakout. Would that be higher through to 91.60? Maybe even 95, or do we see a move lower into 75? Again, we might be waiting another 24 hours for this move until we see the Fed come through. Not too much else from my end to discuss today, to be quite fair, so I won't ramble on any further, but I will see you all with a bit more of a Fed preview tomorrow. We'll see how markets have shaped up before then, but until then, all the best of you trading, and bye for now.